Well, hi there. Warm welcome. You're watching Decoding Now, and I'm Meghna Deka. Well, it's a Mahabharat over the holy cow. Vijay may have made a blockbuster debut in the power corridors of Tamil Nadu. He may have deftly maneuvered the power play of coalition politics, but now he ventures into the territory of Astha. Many also call it secularism. Well, after the Madras High Court's order which banned cow slaughter, Chief Minister Vijay has now decided to take and challenge this order in the Supreme Court, taking the fight to the apex court itself. In fact, at the heart of the legal battle is the Madras High Court's order of 27th of May by a division bench of Justice G.R. Swaminathan and Justice V. Lakshmi Narayanan, which reaffirms the constitutional and statutory framework governing cow slaughter in the state of Tamil Nadu. Tonight on Decoding Now, I'm going to tell you just why there is a big problem, because there seems to be a contradiction, something that Tamil Nadu government has pointed out when it comes to the law in Tamil Nadu and when it comes to the order coming in from the Madras High Court. What's the contradiction between the act and the order? We are going to be decoding that for you. Is there more of politics, or is this about secularism? We'll tell you, break it down for you, what's happening under Chief Minister Vijay in the state of Tamil Nadu. But first, let's explain to you what is the order that the Madras High Court had issued. There were serious and very significant observations while directing the state to strictly enforce that there is no cow slaughter. What did the Madras High Court say in its order on the 27th of May? Let's tell you. There you have it on your screens as well. That no cow or calf should be slaughtered on Bakri Eid or any other day. It went on to say Article 48 of the Indian Constitution calls for the protection of cows and other cattle. That Tamil Nadu Animal Preservation Act of 1958 must be strictly enforced, but also looked in with the prism of what the Constitution says. That the slaughter requires a certificate from the competent authority. Also, it has cited the Supreme Court, saying that Supreme Court had said that cow sacrifice is not an essential part of Islamic practice on Bakri Eid. That essentially it's not essential to slaughter a cow on Eid, which is why ban it. Now the Tamil Nadu government is arguing that it goes much beyond the scope of the state's existing law and effectively imposes a blanket ban. If you say that it's not just going to be on Bakri Eid or any other day, that means it's a blanket ban that the legislation itself does not contemplate. Which is why Vijay government has now knocked on the apex court, the Supreme Court's doors. What does Vijay say in this appeal? Well, in this plea, he says that the High Court's order is contrary to the Tamil Nadu Animal Preservation Act. We'll tell you a bit about this act in just a bit. But Vijay has also cited that Tamil Nadu permits the slaughter of cows aged over 10 years as per this act, saying that the law can regulate the conditions of animal slaughter but not fully ban it. That the law cannot impose a total prohibition when it comes to slaughter. Also, the Vijay government has said that the writ petition has now been filed seeking prevention of slaughter in public place, and it was not about a blanket ban on slaughter. This is what he has said. Now, at the center of the legal dispute, let's explain that last point for you. The center of the legal dispute in the Tamil Nadu Animal Preservation Act of 1958, the state law, which is the Tamil Nadu state law, governs cattle slaughter. Rather than imposing a blanket ban, this act in Tamil Nadu lays down the conditions under which certain categories of the cattle may be slaughtered and what are the checks and balances and safeguards that must be followed. Let's explain. What does this act say? You have it on your screens as well. The aim of this act is to regulate the slaughter to preserve useful livestock in Tamil Nadu. Useful as in milking. What you can be milk. For example, it covers cows, calves, bulls, buffaloes, as well as buffalo calves. The rider, however, here is very important that it's not a blanket ban. The Animal Preservation Act categorically said that slaughter after obtaining a certificate by a competent authority can be carried out, that there are exceptions to this, and the conditions are that the certificate can be given only if the animal is unfit for breeding, if it is not able to do any agricultural work, and if it is older than 10 years old. Then you can slaughter a cow as per the Tamil Nadu Animal Preservation Act. So it's not a complete ban. And what is the competent authority who's going to give the certification whether or not a cow can be slaughtered? Well, this can only be given by a veterinary or any other notified authority after examining the animal. So it has to be very precise. So the debate over cow slaughter has been examined by the Supreme Court on several other occasions over the decades as well. In fact, there have been series of landmark judgments as well. The Apex Court, for example, has upheld the constitutional validity of cow protection laws, while also clarifying that there is scope of religious freedom as well under Article 25. What are the observations in the past coming in from the Supreme Court? It has in the past said that cow sacrifice is not an essential Islamic practice for Eid. That means you can celebrate Eid without slaughtering a cow. It had also in the past said that many Muslims do not sacrifice cows on Bakri Eid. A total ban on cow slaughter does not violate Article 25. These are the observations which are coming in from the Supreme Court in the past. Supreme Court also says that states may legislate to protect cows under Article 48, which has happened in the state of Tamil Nadu, for example. Supreme Court also says that cow slaughter on Bakri Eid is not mandatory religious obligations, and exemptions for Bakri Eid can't be claimed as a matter of right. That some exceptions can be made just because it's Eid, but that cannot be the right for anyone. It can also be curbed. The Supreme Court has also said that directive principles under Article 48 support the preservation of cattle as well. And this is the same directive principle which has been cited by the Madras High Court as well. Article 48 saying that the Constitution speaks about the preservation of cattle as well. In fact, one of the key constitutional provisions at the heart of this, as I was just telling you, is Article 48. But what is this Article 48? Well, though it is not a fundamental right, it's important for us to understand it's not a fundamental right. It does form a part of the directive principle of the state policy, and it has often been cited by several of the courts, Supreme Courts as well as High Courts in this case, while examining the laws which are related to cattle preservation and cow slaughter specifically. Well, as per this provision, what does it say? Verbatim, it says that part of the directive principles of the state policy under cattle protection, it calls for preserving and improving cattle breeds. When it comes to prohibition, it directs all states to ban slaughter of cows and calves. Again, this is a directive principle of state policy. Also, within the legal status, it says it is not enforceable in court, but it guides the state policy. You must understand it is a guideline. It is not mandatory that it be followed, but that is where it hopes state policy is going to be headed towards. But now let's widen the lens a bit from the state of Tamil Nadu. This map that we are going to put up on your screens, we will be showing you which are the states across India where cow slaughter is being prohibited. Remember, Tamil Nadu is not the first or the last which is going to see this kind of a face of a Mahabharat over the holy cow. There are several such states which are governed by their own legislation, so nothing new in that. Let's tell you, for example, which are the states there is a ban. There is a ban in cow slaughter in all these states that you can see on your screens marked out in blue. You have Delhi, you have Haryana, you have Punjab, you have Rajasthan, and several other states such as Chandigarh, the Union Territory, Himachal Pradesh, you can't slaughter a cow, Jharkhand, you can't, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, all of these, and Telangana, for example, even Tamil Nadu, and you have other states such as Karnataka on your list. All of these are also opposition rule states, but even here, cow slaughter is banned. Cow slaughter is also banned in Uttar Pradesh and Karnataka. Some of these, of course, are opposition rule states Karnataka, for example, is governed by the Congress party. When the BJP in 2019 brought about the Cow Slaughter Act, then the opposition, which was the Congress party, had opposed it. However, now that for the last 3 years, Congress has been in power, it has not challenged it. It has not challenged this act. It has not tried to revoke this act, which continues under Congress as well. But let's take a closer look at some of the states, the penalties which have been prescribed for violating cow slaughter laws. For example, in Rajasthan, there is a ban on the slaughter of cows and calves and heifers and bulls and other bullocks. In fact, you have a penalty of imprisonment up to 5 years and a fine of up to 5,000 rupees. In Gujarat too, the slaughter is banned. The penalty is life imprisonment. 5 lakh rupees fine is what you may have to shell up in Gujarat if you found guilty of cow slaughter. In Haryana, the penalties are huge as well. It is 10 years and 1 lakh rupees, as well as imprisonment in case you are found guilty. In Jharkhand as well, you have similar rules. Here the penalty is imprisonment of up to 10 years and fine up to 10,000 rupees. So this is how they are panned out. And as you can see, every state has its own policy when it comes to cow slaughter, to allow, not allow, to ban it, or to have a partial ban. But when it comes to Tamil Nadu state politics, the government's decision to challenge the Madras High Court's order which had banned cow slaughter, of course, has led to sharp political face-off. BJP has said that the Vijay government is just like the DMK government, is hurting Hindu sentiments and it is anti-Hindu, alleging that it is following a path of the previous DMK regime. DMK, however, has defended the government's stand, arguing that religious sacrifices cannot practically be confined to licensed slaughterhouses. Watch this.
It is very unfortunate that the TVK government today has appealed to the Supreme Court against the Madras High Court's order banning of animals in any other places other than the permitted slaughterhouses. This is not the High Court's order, but the High Court is just merely tried to implement the Tamil Nadu government's 40-year back-old ruling. The TVK government, if we notice, is going down the way of the DMK. People beyond religious lines had voted for TVK, but the TVK seems to be purposely wanting to hurt the sentiments of Hindus over and over again. This goes to show the venomous attitude of the TVK towards the Hindus, just like how the DMK was in the previous government.
Banning the slaughter of animal which is part of religious worship, continue the religious practice only in permitted slaughterhouses, which is a commercial facility, is practically impossible because it's a religious practice. To file the complaints report of the same judgment, the government was in haste, acted in rapid response, but to go to the appeal, it took 1 month. During the festival of Bakrid, many Muslims were made uncomfortable by the action of this government and police in implementing the order.
Well, in fact, let me go across to Uma Anandan, a BJP leader who is joining us on the show. Nanda Kumar is also joining us, a political analyst. Uma Anandan, I'm going to start with you first. Many have said that look at what the constitution says, look at what the Tamil Nadu state law says. It's very categorical that this is not about a complete ban. Why would you say that Vijay government is going against the astha of people? Because as per him, this is a big secular pitch. As per their government, they will see it as the secular way forward.
See, first I think this particular, you say it is going against, they have put some rules, regulations and all. It is never followed. How do you see cows, cattle itself being taken in trucks in a very, very devious way? Has the government taken any steps to stop this, which is banned already? You find truckloads of cattle being carried across Tamil Nadu from other states, crossing Tamil Nadu and entering Kerala. Has any steps been, which is legally not acceptable? Has this government taken any steps? It is, as the earlier one was telling, this particular government is taking an anti-Hindu stand. It is very, very obvious. Why did they go on appeal for the Tiruparangundram case when the courts went so much solidly behind what has been the practice for centuries? Why did this particular government again go on appeal? Is it not against the Hindu sentiments? And as you very rightfully said, there are so many do's and don'ts regarding the sacrifice of killing of these animals. Are any of these rules followed? I know for a fact.
Anandan, there are two issues you've raised. One is not following the existing law, but the existing law, Anandan, does not talk about a complete ban. The Vijay government is saying that this is stepping outside the brief. The plea which had gone to the Madras High Court was just about banning slaughter in public places. That the Madras High Court allegedly overstepped what the plea had sought. Anandan.
No, see, it did not overstep. It wanted to respect the sentiments. See, it wanted to give respect to the Hindu because this particular state has always been against. The governments that have been ruling us have been totally against. You know that the cow is a very, very holy thing. I would like to ask, if I ask that, it will become a controversy. What about the slaughter of other animals? Why is this around the people for animals and all that? Why are they keeping quiet?
But Anandan, BJP ruled states in the northeast do not have a ban as well. Many would say...
Why are they keeping this?
BJP ruled states in northeast don't have a ban, a complete blanket ban in this manner. Are they anti-Hindu?
See, this particular thing, that's what let us bring as per the constitution itself. See, I am telling that this is particular. Why not we think about a complete, the holy cow, the cow is a holy one as for everybody. And it also, as you told, there are certain do's and don'ts. They have not been followed at all. So it's high time we think about bringing a blanket ban.
Two different questions, following the rules and the second one is a blanket ban. But my question on why BJP ruled states also allow cow slaughter in several of the states ruled by BJP and its alliance, you didn't answer that question. But let me go across to Nanda Kumar. Does it make Vijay secular or does it actually make Vijay anti-Hindu as the BJP is alleging by challenging this ban on slaughter?
Meghna, first of all, we need to really understand that Tamil Nadu government's appeal in Supreme Court is not against cow slaughter or anything religion, but to protect constitution. Uma was talking about constitution. It is just to protect constitution and the federalism. If you clearly know that there is no legal vacuum where the High Court can come and act on its own. It is as per the constitution, legislature makes the law, executive implements the law, courts, it is interpreting the law. It is the PL, that is the public interest litigation jurisdiction cannot be extended into a lawmaking jurisdiction. So this is completely against the judicial overreach by the High Court. So it is the twist of BJP that they wanted to twist it as a religious issue. It is not at all a religious issue.
But Mr. Nanda Kumar, since you asked about the Constitution, Article 48 specifically says that state policy should be geared towards preserving cattle and cows and to stop their slaughter. That is exactly what Article 48 says.
Yes, excellent. In your introductory speech also, Meghna, you clearly told that this Article 48 is a directive principle of state policy, but not a fundamental right. That is why I said that it is not a legal vacuum. Already Tamil Nadu is having a statutory legal framework which clearly explains that Tamil Nadu Animal Preservation Act. And also if you see, animal welfare is a state subject. And here the Tamil Nadu government is having a clear-cut law that the animals which are more than 10 years old and which are unfit to be brooding or carrying out slaughter process, that is draught works, and also if they are incapacitated due to injury or incurable diseases, there should be a fit for slaughter certificate has to be issued based on which the slaughter should be carried. And
but
also,
Anandan is saying that these laws itself are being flouted. Yes. Even the existing laws are flouted. Forget the ban. That no one's even implementing that. Anandan just said that.
I can give you the proof.
No, 1 minute.
That I can give proof.
Let me
yes, I can give
okay, fine. Let him finish. Then Anandan says she's got proof of this. So complete your point now.
Uma,
Ananda Kumar.
See, even the PIL, what was submitted earlier and what was the prayer is that to seek a direction to prevent the slaughter of cows in the public places. But here the judicial overreach was so that they gave a blanket ban on the cow slaughter, overruling the Tamil Nadu's statutory legal framework. That is why I said that the PIL jurisdiction cannot be made as a policy making jurisdiction. The PIL is meant for implementing the law. PIL is not for creating a new law. So this is a complete overreach of High Court, which state government can sit tight. So it is
But even the Supreme Court, Mr. Nanda Kumar, has made similar observations. These similar acts have been upheld in other states. Uma Anandan, I'll bring you in here. Isn't that true? That other states have successfully implemented complete bans as well.
Yes, he first, as he himself rightfully said, there are the do's and the don'ts. Competent authority, about 10 years old, about 10 years, which are like that. These have been totally flouted, and I have seen, and as the Supreme Court said itself, that cow slaughter is not an integral part of Bakrid sacrifices. See, the animal beings of bull, bullock, cow, calf, he buffalo or she buffalo or buffalo calf. Competent authority means the person or authority appointed under Section 3 to perform the functions of a competent authority under this Act. Executive authority means defined under Clause 8, Section 3 of Tamil Nadu Public Health Act 1939.
Right.
Clause 10 of Section 2 of the Travancore Cochin Public Health Act. Government means a state government. Appointment of competent authority. The government
We
may,
agree
by
with you on that
notification,
point.
appoint the executive authority person to perform all or any of the functions. Prohibition of slaughter of animals without such, none of these are followed. I can tell you, I have seen cows being slaughtered at the backyard of my house belonging to a Muslim, and I took a photograph and I gave a complaint about 2 years ago.
But you don't have a problem with the plea in the Supreme Court. Your problem is existing. So there are two different things, Uma Anandan. Two different things. One is about the existing law, which says you can slaughter. The existing law which was there in the Tamil Nadu Preservation of Cattle. That one very categorically says under certain provision it's allowed. Uma Anandan is saying that that law is being flouted. But now the latest flashpoint since May has been that you have a High Court coming out and saying that there should be a complete ban. But one question, Uma Anandan, you didn't answer to me. What about the BJP ruled states in the northeast where there is no such ban? Should the BJP, instead of criticizing the Vijay government in Tamil Nadu, ensure that its own governments bring about a land? Why is there no blanket ban in BJP ruled states in the northeast when it comes to cow slaughter? These are questions which are going to be raised within the ambit of the constitution, within the ambit of the laws, but also within the ambit of the political prism. None of them can be divorced from each other. We leave it there. Thank you so much, Uma Anandan. Sorry, but we've run out of time. Nanda Kumar, I appreciate you joining us here on the show. With that, we wrap up Decoding Now. I'll see you again tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. right here on Times Now.